Hello everybody, and this is my first ever video made for Raw Alchemy and the Alchemist Kitchen, and I hope that it's going to be the first of many. I'm just got to get to grips with filming, so I've never done it before, and I just want to welcome you to my home and my garden, which I'm going to take you and have a look at very soon. But my name is Dawn, or I am Dawn, and I'm just sat outside here on a Wednesday afternoon in the sunshine after a very heavy frost last night, which we weren't expecting. And I just going to practice, chatting to you over the air like this, because I'm the first time ever in my life that I've done anything like this. So you have to excuse me if I ramble a bit, because when you're voicing your thoughts, that often happens, I think. But welcome to my little channel type thing, and raise a glass to you. This is my mid-afternoon drink of coconut water with chlorella powder. It might look disgusting, but my god, it tastes just like from heaven. Manna from heaven, as all our food should be, manna from heaven. I'm incredibly grateful that we can get coconut water over here now, even though we can't get young coconuts, which would just be the most awesome food ever. I think I'd be sat out here carving up coconuts all day, every day, if we could have access to them over here, and generally rolling in them and things, because they're just so great. But anyway, I just want to sort of say that I'm 5 weeks now, just middle of week 5 into Raw Food Rehab's Go Fresh, and so far it's been pretty good. I've had a couple of blips where I've sort of like had more than one day of eating a couple of bits of cooked food, and then sort of felt the disempowerment of yeah, that's a good word, of how cooked food makes me feel. Is very disempowered and very addicted quite quickly, actually, and leaves me sort of like feeling quite sort of disconnected from my real essence that I feel connected to when I'm eating all raw food. So I'm 5 weeks into low-fat raw vegan as well, loosely following 8-10-10, 8-10-10, and that in itself made me feel incredibly different and incredibly more vibrant than my previous year transitioning to high raw, sort of getting caught up in the whole gourmet raw nuts, seeds, dehydrated foods, things like that, and obviously cacao, because I make raw chocolate, which is great. But obviously we should revere these foods. The cacao bean is very sacred, and I have never really pushed the raw chocolate to people. I've just let it sit with them and let them taste it when they've come to events that I run, and things like that. And I feel that to me is honouring the heart centre of cacao. Is just to let people take a little bit when they need a little bit of extra help to get into a different space. More of that later in another film. And yeah, so moving from high raw, gourmet, dehydrated, semi-cooked foods as well, backing up, the transition into low-fat raw vegan. I have to say that I'm not 100% vegan, because I do like honey and bee pollen, so I eat that whenever I want to. Excuse me. And I do eat some eggs, because we have chickens, but since going on sort of checking the nutrient values and stuff, working with low-fat raw vegan, sort of 8-10-10, I don't eat that many eggs, because they push the limits up for your fats and your proteins too high, and it just takes the balance out of whack too much for me. And I'd actually rather have more oil in my diet than eggs, because I like oil on my salads as a dressing. So I think it's just finding your way around what you're going to be eating, and finding out what sits right with you on any given day, even hour by hour, really. Cheers. Oh, it's so good. I find that this drink actually is so refreshing, and it's almost like a little meal in itself. You do have to keep swishing it around to get the chlorella from stopping to sink in at the bottom, but it's actually really quite filling. So give it a try if you haven't already. It's Vita Coco that we get over in the UK, and they've started selling it in 1 litre packs now, which is much more cost effective than buying, the little 150 mils or whatever, 30, I don't know, like cans of Coke size, which is like 1 serving, which is not good, for a couple of pounds. And 1 litre is like £4.50 from one of the health food shops. Anyway, so I digress, as you can see. Life's good. I'm watching a lot more YouTube videos now and communicating more on raw food rehab, and trying my best to keep up with my blog. I'm gonna just sort of continue this video in a couple of minutes. I'm gonna just finish my drink and then I'll come back. Okay, bye.